it ain't no rush. That's why I call it a marathon. We trying to build brands. We want shit that's gonna be here decades later. And we look at like the generation before, certain people did that. Yeah. Niggas still going because they laid their foundation solid.
Hey, it's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and this is the truth. They say a wise man knows his worth and is willing to take a stand for it despite the doubters and the obstacles. Last month, Nipsey Hussle placed a hefty $100 price tag on his latest CD, Crenshaw. But that unconventional move paid off. 1,000 copies were sold by his hardcore fans, and Mr. Light from Times Jeezy himself supported and copped 100 copies himself. That's what we call new rules. Well, the West is in the building, man. Nipsey Hussle is in my city, and I'm going to talk to him about the success of his Proud to Pay campaign and what's next for the independent force. Welcome me, man. It's the truth. Hey, man. Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar. It's the truth, baby.
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle, Crenshaw.
Yeah. What's up,
What's up, Nip?
How you been?
Ain't seen you in a minute, my G.
Yeah, man. Appreciate all the support.
First of all, top, man, congrats, man. Like,
That's
you know,
what's up. Thank you.
You know, I know you heavy in the tweets and the streets, and
yeah,
you know, some cats didn't really understand when you was like $100 for a CD, you know, but if they had any doubts, like, it's obviously been a successful campaign. Like, what do you think you owe it to? Like, you have to be real proud of the reaction so far, right? Yeah,
I am very, you know, it exceeded my expectations as far as the campaign. The music I was real confident in, but the campaign, I wasn't sure how they was gonna react to it. I wasn't necessarily like, you know, scared or nothing, but I was just like, it was an experiment, and it kind of like, you know, exceeded what I expected from it.
How'd you come up with the idea to you know, really focus on your core fans?
I think that's one of my like natural inclinations, just being a rap fan. Like, I follow artists, and a lot of times I feel like I'm a real core one of their fans, and I get upset when they stray and try to go like do shit that's outside of, you know what I'm saying, what I fuck with them for. I understand it because it turns for good business sometimes, but I'll be like, you know, you didn't have to really do that, you know. And it seemed like they always end up coming back to what they fans love them for. So I just thought, you know, before I got in the game, I was like, I'm gonna be an artist that stick to my shit and really represent what I represent the whole way through, or do my best to, and try to find ways within that, you know, to get the big looks and to get the singles and to get the shit that, you know, turns for good business. But I never wanted to like alienate my brand for business. I always wanted to like keep it authentic and keep it as pure as I could, you know what I'm saying?
Why do you think certain artists go off course like that? Why does that? Because you see it in hip hop happen a lot. Like, what do you think are some of the reasons that happens?
I think it's the expectations to you know, succeed on this major level. Yeah. And I think it's also like pressure from like the world, you know what I mean? Like, some artists achieve massive success, and I think people get into situations of competing instead of just creating and doing what's true to them. And I think that's the beginning of like your unraveling, when you start competing instead of creating.
So when you put it out there with this project and the idea, and then you did the 1,000 copies, like, when did you first get a feeling like, okay, this is really gonna work? Like, this feels right?
Man, I was in the studio, and a lot of my niggas that's here with me was in the studio, and you know, we got the website set up, and I tweeted the link, the IamProudToPay.com. Yep. And my PayPal started hitting. I started getting alerts. Like, I was surprised when I got the first one. Like, somebody paid $100 for this shit, and then it kept hitting my shit.
And ain't heard none of the music yet.
Nothing. They didn't hear nothing except for the records that I leaked. You know, leading up to it, which was like 2 or 3. Yeah. And my PayPal just kept hitting, and I kept getting alerts, and I was like, for sure, this about to work. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna work for sure. And I just got real excited. I started talking shit in the studio and like, you know what I'm saying?
What kind of shit was you talking, man?
Like, nigga, I told you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on. Fuck these niggas, we got it.
Fuck the middle, been saying fuck the middleman.
Yeah, and I was just like, you know, I confirmed it for me, like, all right, cool. Just the first purchase, I'm like, for sure. If it worked with one person, it can be expanded on, you know what I'm saying? It's not beyond like human understanding to pay $100 for a product. So I was like, all right, cool, it's gonna work.
And it was a whole package too, right? With the explain that for people that still may not have been clear. The whole initial plan was also a concert show.
Yeah, we still gonna announce the Proud to Pay concert. So when you buy the album, you get the music.
I'm gonna give you that 100 Nip right here.
Nah,
baby.
man, it's home team, man. You already know. You get the sign. You know, I signed my name and my handwriting. You know, the number, out of the first
show that to the camera a
1,000.
little
You know
bit,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So basically, I signed my name here, and then I was signed number 250, 665, whatever, 700, 1,000, whatever. And just a piece of my area, you know what I'm saying? 60th Street, 10th Avenue. And recently, I was pulled over by the Trayvon Martin rally in LA, and it's a picture that my business partner, George Peniche, caught of the situation. And then, you know, just the Crenshaw package.
Yeah.
And, you know, the hard copies, it was a limited run. It was only 1,000 of them in LA.
Yeah.
And so,
So we pressing more now? Pressing more?
yeah, man, I had to. We got a lot of online orders.
Yeah.
And we ended up selling a majority of the records, you know, to the fans that night, and we had to re-up to fill the online orders. And so, it's to me, it's like a new form of distribution. It's like a new form of, like, you know, retail. We don't have to worry about, you know, reserves and accounting bullshit that happens with, like, when you distribute your shit indie. We selling it direct, and we got a premium markup to where it's 10 times the price of one CD, so we could do 1/10 of the sales and break the same profit margin, you know?
Yeah. I mean, to take people a little bit back, you know, obviously you had done your thing in underground for a while, then you had a major deal, and then you was quiet for a minute, and then came back strong. Like, what do you think it was that made people didn't stray? You know, they stayed connected to you, that they felt like they were still rooting for you, and that when you came with this project, you know, they supported you out the gate.
I think, you know, I don't think I ever, like, my skill set diminished. I don't think, you know, I think if people been following me, they've been knowing that I'm getting better every time I drop, every time something come out. Even if the project as a whole isn't better than the last one, they see my progression as an artist, and they see me, you know, trying to evolve my craft, you know, and taking my craft serious and putting, like, you know, the foundation of, like, the culture first, like lyrics, you know what I'm saying, the truth, you know what I'm saying, concepts, bars, you know, basic rap shit that we grew up fucking with.
Some shit the radio could play.
Yeah, you know.
Little James Funk Leroy.
Yeah. Shout out to Humphrey James, you know, 1500.
Well, I think that also gets a little overshadowed. It's like, you know, obviously it's a great business story.
Yeah.
But there's heat on this joint. You know what I'm saying? Like you got some fire joint. You know what I'm saying?
What's up. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing I thought maybe gets a little overshadowed. Like, first everybody's talking about that. Like, you know, what are some of the personal favorite joints of this album to you?
You See It's one of my favorite records. More or Less, 4 in the Morning, The Weather with me and Ross. Don't Take Days Off with me and a young dude from LA named Dub.
Yeah.
I seen LeBron tweet and he was like, that's his favorite record on the project.
Days Off. I mean, obviously the big thing also happened was, you know, Jay-Z supported the project.
Yeah,
you know, I hit you up because he had saw something. He was just like, what's up with your man Nip? Like,
Yeah.
You know, what's this project? Blah, blah. And like, he just did it off the strength for the business, like I said, and he was like, "Yo, this your boy got some heat."
No question. No question.
Like, what do you think that meant for the whole project? Was it just to sort of bring even more eyes to it? You feel?
Most definitely. You know, Jay like one of the most influential people in the world outside of rap. So by him being like number one, just fucking with it, co-signing it by saying it's dope, but then buying 100 copies and spending 10 racks, I think it made everybody, like, people that was on the gate or don't have an opinion, you know, they gonna hop on the bandwagon or at least come explore it and see what it's about, you know? And I done ran into a lot of people that was like, that's the reason they came to it and listened, you know, because they heard what Jay did and they was like, let me see what this is about. But as far as an artist, I think Jay was the first one to really peep game, like, you know, we gonna do something different, and that's why he coined the new rules shit. Yeah. And so what I was trying to do was like, all right, I'm a fan, I know why I buy shit. The psychology behind me making a purchase is like, if I'm proud of it, if I fuck with it, if I got something from it, I reciprocate it with a purchase. Yeah. So I offer my shit free, you know, via that PIF. And then I also offered it for sale on my IamProudToPay.com. And then we made something that can't be a victim of the digital revolution. This is like an experience. You could download the same content digitally, but you don't have this. This is different because this comes with a concert. It's numbered, it's signed. It's like, it's limited, you know, and you might have the downloaded version, but this is like a novelty item. You know what I'm saying? It's like a sweater. You can't really download a sweater. Like a show, you can't download a show. A show can't go digital. So that's why I think it's an increase in touring, and everybody's touring is real important, and everybody's merch is real important right now because it can't become a victim, right? And so that I was just trying to figure out, how do I react to that? After I like studied technology and I seen like people talking about the change that's going on. I was like, what does that mean for what I'm trying to do? And this was like the first step of me figuring out my lane. You know what I'm saying? The proud to pay, fuck the middleman. campaign, and this is like the first tier of that. My album Victory Lap, we're gonna continue the Proud to Pay concept. It's not gonna be a $100 CD, it's gonna be another product that we put together. Oh, the Beats by Dre, yeah, we just did a huge look.
What's in the commercial? Is it preview? What, can I get a little sneak peek?
You gotta holler at the boss lady right here, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but really it was just, you know, it's like a national commercial, you know, and myself and Jeezy, the only rap artist, and YG, and everybody else is like, you know, professional skateboarders, Serena Williams, just like next level celebrities. And
was that an enjoyable experience?
Yeah, absolutely. We was playing my music. I had my Crenshaw shit on. They let me do my product placement. And it was cool. Everybody was just chilling. They played the Crenshaw project in the background. And we was just vibing, you know, just basically, you know, it was just like a, you know, put the headphones on, play the music, and react to your own music.
Yeah.
But it was just a dope look. I got to wear my line, and it's gonna be not only on national TV, it's gonna be in all the Best Buys, where the Beats by Dre products are set up. They're gonna have a TV screen, and it's gonna be playing there also.
Great exposure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep going, Nip.
No question. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir, bro.
Yep.
Man, we out of here. I want to thank the homie from the West Side for taking the time. Have you purchased your copy of Crenshaw yet? Do you support independent artists finding innovative ways to distribute their music? Subscribe to youtube.com, Jay-Z's Life and Times. Hit us up on Twitter at Life and Times. Hit me up at Elliott Wilson and leave your comments. It's Elliott Wilson for Rap Radar, and that's the truth. Hey, it's Elliott.
It ain't no rush. That's why I call it a marathon. We trying to build brands. We want shit that's gonna be here decades later. And we look at like the generation before, certain people did that. Yeah. Niggas still going because they laid their foundation solid.
Nipsey Hussle is in my city, and I'm gonna talk to him about the success of his Proud to Pay campaign and what's next for the independent force. Walk with me, man, it's the truth. Hey man, Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, it's the truth, baby.
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle, Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Wilson from Rap Radar, and this is the truth. They say a wise man knows his worth and is willing to take a stand for it despite the doubters and the obstacles. Last month, Nipsey Hussle placed a hefty $100 price tag on his latest CD, Crenshaw. But that unconventional move paid off. 1,000 copies were sold by his hardcore fans, and Mr. Life from Times, Jay-Z himself supported and copped 100 copies himself. That's what we call new rules. Well, the West is in the building, man.